Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host Rob Bentley and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll recap a big weekend for the Bulldogs as we talk Ferris State football along with soccer and cross country, all teams finishing with victories this past weekend. We'll start first with Bulldog Football, joined by head coach Tony Annese. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
Got to be pleased with the way your team is playing right now, off to a 2-0 start, ranked second in the country and coming off a big road win here this past Saturday night.
Yeah, obviously the 2-0 start's huge. The ranked second means nothing, but to be 2-0 and playing well, on both sides of the ball. I said our guys in our meeting the other day, I said, if I analyzed all of college football and I just assessed, how hard people played, I said we'd be top 1 percentile. So very pleased with how hard we're playing. Our energy level is really high. Our execution on offense is really good. On defense, I think also solid, but that team there and that quarterback is hard to contain. So happy to get out of there alive.
Speaking of Ashland, this past Saturday night, as we get ready to go to the highlights, first road game in almost 2 years for your team.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. We struggled with traffic on Friday. There was a accident that blocked the highway, and then on Saturday we had some bus issues. So all in all, it was challenging, but our kids reacted very favorably.
Obviously, they had a great crowd here celebrating the 100th year of Ashland football, and your team got off to a fantastic start here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we did. Stopped them on the first possession here, and then we overcame some penalties on our first drive, and were able to put it in the end zone. So that was key. One of the drives, one of the situations, I think we were 3rd and 19 or something. Jared ran a draw and got the first down. So yeah, we managed that drive very, very well. Good mix of run and pass, and we're able to score.
Jared Bernhardt, quarterback in his second start here, and obviously playing well and doing a nice job of taking care of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't drop the ball one single time, and so that's really important. First game, we dropped the ball in a mesh, and Jared threw an interception. Second game, no turnovers. So all in all, we're really taking care of the ball nicely.
Obviously, the offense got the score here, and then the defense comes back, and they really played some solid football against a very explosive quarterback.
Yeah, Austin Brenner, he's a machine. I've said this many times, but one of my favorite players that isn't a Bulldog.
Obviously here, a great pass from Marcus Taylor to Xavier Wade, able to run under it and take it 80-plus yards for the score.
Yeah, we talked about opening the game with that, but then I was unsure about their looks and stuff, so we decided to do it in the first possession. The first play of the second possession. That's what we did.
Got the score here, and we'll see Ashland here right before halftime get a field goal, and it was a very competitive game still at this point.
Yeah, it was. I love the way we stopped the run. I thought we really did a nice job with that. But yeah, here they just run our wheel route against Jamil Thomas. Jamil's right there, but ball was perfectly thrown right off the sideline, kind of a back shoulder deal. And I love this part of the situation where we held them to 3 points, because they're down there first and goal up to 3, and we still held them to a field goal, which was huge.
Had to be feeling pretty confident in your team the way they were playing at halftime with a 17-3 lead.
Yeah, I felt good about it. Obviously you talk about some of the adjustments you need to make, but I love the 3, obviously, holding them just to 3. And then we only had 3 possessions in the first half. We went touchdown, field goal, sidebar net field goal, which was huge.
Obviously this one, a big play right here. Jared Bernhardt, 81 yards on the touchdown run, and an unbelievable play right here by the senior quarterback.
Yeah, I love it, but also I loved Keedron Davis running down there, and Tyrese, and Brandon Childress is down there just hustling their tail off to help them get to the end zone. So that was a great play.
How important was that score early on in the second half to extend the lead?
It was great. We went, back-to-back scores again. Here's, to put it to a bigger, a bigger lead. And so all those things are really important just to keep the momentum going.
Go to 38-3 lead here. Jamil Thomas with the interception as the defense comes up with the turnover.
Yeah, Jamil played well. I thought our secondary really hustled hard and did a lot of nice things. So here he's just got great moves there to open himself up. So we blocked well. We handled the ball well. We played hard-nosed defense, and so very pleased. Here we just get caught with the back, getting out of the backfield, and missing a tackle.
Obviously, in the fourth quarter, able to work behind that big offensive line, really controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Got Evan in the end zone here, which he's a really good player as well. So yeah, very pleased with the outcome. It's great to get out of Ashland, get back to Michigan, get some rest and those kind of things. So happy to be 2-0.
Obviously, this week back at home as you start a two-game homestand taking on Saginaw Valley State Football Alumni Night, and I know a chance to honor some of those former players that'll be coming back on Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be great. We've got unbelievable support now, and it's always wonderful to see these former players come back and have a great time at the game. But it's awesome, to see them, and I don't get a lot of time to talk with them, but they're very loyal, and I truly appreciate their loyalty.
Obviously, this will be the first conference game, first GLIAC game against Saginaw Valley, coached by Ryan Brady, one of your former assistants. Yeah,
just enemy now, just utterly an enemy. So it'll be it'll be a big game for us. They're 1-1, but they played two close games. Both games could have gone both ways, so they could have been 0-2, or 2-0, or 1-1. And so, we'll be ready. We're really focused on, being at our best every week, and I really like this team. I think they're probably the most mentally disciplined team I've ever coached here. Just really focused on trying to be their best.
How much of a challenge is it taking on a former assistant who's the head coach on the opposite side? Obviously, you have that the next 2 weeks in a row with Sparky McEwen and Davenport coming up for homecoming.
Yeah, it's there's some things that are familiar for them and for us. Familiarity is obviously the focal point on certain things in preparation, but when it comes down to it, it's execution and who's got players that are going to go out and execute and play hard. So we'll be ready.
As you start conference play here, how important is it to have that veteran experience that you do have with some guys that have been a part of those last two GLIAC championship teams?
Yeah, it's lended itself well in the first two games. You can just see it. We in that game against Ashland, we scored on 7 out of 8 possessions. 6 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Only 1 punt each of the last 2 games. So you see the lack of panic when times are tough. We were penalized a lot in the last game, ridiculously amount of penalties. But it was like it never really shook us as far as our execution, and that's really a key for us in regards to having an experienced team knows how to battle through obstacles and adversity.
Well, Coach, congrats again on the 2-0 start. Best of luck as you host Saginaw Valley State coming up on Saturday night at 7 o'clock.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.